2015 was a year of many major milestones in women's football. From the then record-breaking World Cup in Canada to the first ever inclusion of women players on FIFA, it proved to be a trailblazing new beginning for the sport. But the 2015 UEFA Women's Champions League final took place in the Friedrich Ludwig Jahn Sportpark, a stadium in the Prenzlauer Berg district of the German capital of Berlin, on goals from Celia Zasic and Mandy Islaka, two of Germany's deadliest strikers, with Zasic also finishing the season as top scorer in the competition. Fast forward 3 years, Frankfurt became an upper mid-table side, finishing no higher than third, with Zasic long retired, Islaka plying her trade at FC Bayern, superstar Jennifer Marojan moving across the border to France, and future Bundesliga stars Svenja Huth and Kati Henrich all gone. The FFT searched far and wide for new talents, and out of all the places, it would be in Pennsylvania in the United States where they would find a young and talented German forward playing for the Penn State Nittany Lions. And that young forward is none other than Laura Freigang, Frankfurt's shining superstar. Freigang's first professional season on home soil brought individual success as she finished the season with 10 goals in the league. However, Frankfurt only managed a 5th place finish and was 2 places below the final Champions League spot, which was occupied by bitter rivals 1. FC Turbine Potsdam, who also had a young and prolific forward in their ranks. In fact, Freigang and this young forward scored the same amount of goals that season, and the next season in 1920, in a year-end season blighted by the COVID-19 pandemic, the two would only be separated by 1 goal as Potsdam once again got the better of Frankfurt, even though Freigang this season was the one who had the more goals. Also, amidst all the chaos, the end of the season would be the last time the 1. FC Frankfurt name would be written on official documents, as on August 1st, 2020, the team would officially participate as Eintracht Frankfurt for the rest of its existence. For Freigang, 2020 would also be the start of a new milestone, which would be her debut with the German national team. Later that year, she would follow that up with her first goal and her first competitive hat-trick in a 6-0 thrashing of Greece. On club level, it was not going that bad as well. Remember that young forward that played for Potsdam? Well, she was acquired by Frankfurt, and Lara Prasnikar became Freigang's new partner to spearhead the club's attack. And obviously, this helped as Freigang reached a career-high total of 16 goals that season, and even though they finished 6th again, a bright future was on the horizon for both Freigang and the club. The 2021-22 season was the season where Laura Freigang became a figurehead both on and off the pitch. After many years out of Europe's premier competition, Frankfurt finally returned, with Freigang scoring 12 goals as the Adler finished the season on 46 points and 3rd place. These performances would then lead to her being selected for her first senior international tournament, Euro 2022. In addition to her on-field success, Freigang was also establishing an authentic image off the pitch as her personality shone on screen and on social media, quickly garnering a massive following and hero status within the Eintracht Frankfurt and German national team ranks. Unfortunately, the Kiel-born forward was only used very sparingly in the tournament where Germany finished runner-up to eventual champions England, playing 15 minutes as a substitute in a 3-0 group stage win against Finland. To be fair, Germany isn't exactly short of attacking talent, especially in that center-forward position, and when the captain of the national team and the league's top scorer play ahead of you, it's kind of understandable. But Freigang saved her best work off the pitch and after the Euros, and it was something that the world of football sorely needed. Just before the start of the 2022-23 season, Freigang launched Pictogang, an Instagram account where she would post behind-the-scenes pictures of the adventures of the German women's national team during the tournament in England. Through this account, which now has more than 27,000 followers, we fans are able to see a different perspective on the footballers that grace our screens every single weekend. As a photographer myself, I love how authentic Freigang's pictures are in terms of conveying the emotions of the other players, and this brings a much-needed humanization of the public figures you see and love and adore. You see them go on vacations, watch football games, or even just a peek at what they do on, the team bus, like uni work or playing trading cards or singing, whatever, don't think too far. It's just a testament, or it's just such a wonderful breath of fresh air, and I just love it, to be honest. The endeavor was so successful that Freigang eventually launched a photo book titled Kein Licht ohne Schatten, which means no light without shadows. This followed the short-lived journey of the German national team in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, and was launched at the end of 2023. Due to Freigang's and women's football's increasing popularity in Germany, this exclusive book was sold out within 10 minutes, which is just a testament of, how the women's football's growth over the years has finally culminated in such a successful endeavor. When I first came to watch Eintracht Frankfurt's women's team in March of this year, first of all, I was surprised by the turnout on a Tuesday night. And secondly, many of the jerseys worn by the fans had Freigang 10 on the back. And then when you look at the ads on various platforms, both online and offline, you see a lot of her presence there, such as Eintracht's Indeed partnership and the German national team's partnership with Google Pixel. And you can probably also bring the Under Armour deal into consideration, which is her personal sponsor. It feels like Frankfurt, and to a certain extent Germany, found themselves an authentic figure and point of reference to adore and love. And when you listen or watch her interviews, you kind of see someone who is not only very comfortable in front of the camera, but also very authentic and outspoken regarding issues that plague women's football. And thankfully for all of us, for all Eintracht Frankfurt fans and possibly all fans of German women's football, the queen of the 069 is staying at the heart of Europe for another 3 seasons. Yes. When I was initially writing this, it was unclear if he would extend her contract or not. Heck, because of this, I panicked, or I didn't panic, but I had Lara Prasnikar's name on my jersey instead of Freigang. It was a close call, but I wanted to be anti-mainstream and I didn't want to risk it. But yeah, that contract extension is something to be celebrated by, well, everyone. With Frankfurt making shrewd signings, some players coming back into fitness after injury, and a forward line that is up there with the best in the Bundesliga, it might be time to start taking them seriously as a contender. Not just for minor Champions League placings, but also possibly the league title or the DFB Pokal. With Wolfsburg undergoing a transitional phase, second place is at least on the cards, right? And who knows, if Bayern somehow screw this up or underperform, there's a chance, right? But most importantly, in the center of it all, the hero that was promised, the icon that shone brightest under the glimmering skyline of this sprawling metropolis, will soar together with her eagle sisterhood to places they have never reached before. 10 seasons on from that famous night in Berlin, the time is ripe for Laura Freigang to bring back the glory days back to the heart of Europe. Thank you and have a nice day.